Greetings, adventurers. Welcome back to Too Many Warlocks. Now, a quick recap. They went bowling. They went bowling. They locked Redan in the closet and they went bowling. That's the bulk of last week's episode. Let's see what I missed. Puck?
Hello, students. Do we have the chime? Is the chime prepared?
Oh, wait, hold on. Shit.
Come on, do the thing.
Okay.
Come on, man.
We're doing announcements.
No, we're doing announcements. Hello, students of the Avalon Knights Academy. We have a regular scheduled week this week, so after Too Many Warlocks, you can tune in for Deadlands tomorrow. And then be sure to check us out on the afternoon of the 29th, where we'll have a special table flip event playing Clockwork Dominion, featuring special guest Felix from the Fool's Gold campaign, playing with myself and Kevin as well will be joining us for that. And another guest star, which we'll reveal in time. We are still accepting donations for our Gen Con run, in addition to donations for Extra Life. And you can get at those in the down there part just below. In addition, we also have official school merchandise for the graduating class of 2020, featuring our school motto that you can purchase on our Redbubble store, along with depictions of our school mascot, Scott. And that's the end of the announcements for today. Lenny, do the thing.
Just on the shores of the Desert River, just across the way from Golden Fields, there rests a lonely keep.
Hello, welcome to Too Many Warlocks. I, as always, am your benevolent dungeon master, Puck, and Redan has returned to replace his avatar with the questionably placed broom. Now,
No one's questioning that.
nobody's questioned it. We don't need to answer. We don't need to ask.
He comes out of the closet with 2 brooms.
Extra brooms. But only one is magical. And you must jump from a high height and decide which one. Okay, so I'm here to play Dungeons & Dragons, these fine warlocks here, which I will now introduce in no particular order. And coming out of the closet, former Eldritch Clown Car, champion of the Brightstone Fighting Pits, Redan. Also joining us today is thief of erotic novels, Key3 Tea Leaf.
I did not think that was going to be Key3.
It was like a lot of shocking turns happened last episode. You missed it. Okay. Also joining us is studious evil twin haver, Mr. Penithan Wright. And last but not least, the Rainbow Revolutionary, Mr. Guy Boutomps.
Oh, I like that.
See, I'm trying that out. That's when last we left our heroes, they were attending a meeting at the Warlocks Coven of Waterdeep, the WCW, in pay-per-view. After the meeting adjourned, it was agreed that everyone needed buddies to ensure that no one would be murdered by these serial killers. Buddy system.
Vindication after an entire season.
Redan was not assigned a buddy because he had slipped into a trance. So Jinja stepped up and said that he would guard his supplicant because Ginger had placed himself as his patron. And Redan was placed gingerly propped up in a broom closet. Because though he was perfectly still standing up when he went into a trance, an effort was made to wake him that caused him to go limp and flop on the floor. The rest of the team was paired up with Dragoon and Rouge Mantle, a buddy pair with two heads, along with Carl, the saddest warlock in the world. And they decided that they would all go bowling and come up with a plan. It was decided that since Dragoon was since Rouge Mantle was one of the people first attacked and survived, they would go check out his manor house, which he had abandoned to go live with his new friend Dragoon, with whom he now shares a body. Some information was gleaned. A paper with a ritual was found. And eventually, it was just the Warlocks and Carl. And they had a lead on a hotel down in the dock districts where the killer may have resided. And they investigated this place, finding out that this was perhaps exactly where this unfolded, where the impetus of this serial killer began. And Carl started acting strange. Carl, who had seemed someone who would get lost the moment you turn your head, and truthfully, he would repeatedly disappear and reappear in various places, suddenly found a distinct purpose, and he repaired what appeared to be a fraction in reality. A fracture. Not a fraction. He combined the fraction to a whole.
It was 1/8 of all the fractures.
Yeah, exactly. And once it was completed, Carl, the saddest warlock in the world, became a well-composed individual who could speak clearly, that make sense, and converse with everyone regularly. It was also gleaned that there was a book that had a dark pull on one Penifin right. And that book was taken away and sent to the vault. My precious. Okay. And that's where we join things here. But before we catch up with our warlocks, we must catch up with our Redan. So Redan, let's rewind the clock back to where the meeting was getting ready to adjourn at the Warlocks Coven of Waterdeep. And as the meeting is getting ready to adjourn, this artifact, this piece, it calls to you. You're drawn to it. And you're drawn to it to a point that you, like falling asleep, you lose yourself. You seem to fade away. And your focus on this piece spreads out. And you can see the completed doorway. You can see the ruins of that desert city that you journeyed to with Pen and Guy. And you can see it rebuilding around you. You start to see it become what it used to be, what it once was. And as it rewinds further and further, as though a rising sun the depiction of the undead demon lord Orcus rises over the horizon, casting a dark shadow across this ancient city that holds this connection for you. And you can feel it taking hold. You can feel the fear and the suffering that this shadow represents. And it tugs at something deep within you. And then there's a flash of a verdant metropolis. A city spanning out as far as you can see, filled with untold abundant magics. You can feel it pulse with energy. And then you snap back and you're laying in a closet up against a wall.
Start looking around.
You're awake!
Jinja, what happened?
He's on the ground and he's like, I guarded you. You took a nap.
You did a good job. I'm still here. Still have that candy cane?
Yes, it is my shank.
Good. You're the best. How long, what happened? How long have I been gone?
Most of the night. I think it's very dark out.
We should go on an adventure.
We should go on an adventure. Everybody else left. There was this weird two-headed guy and this super bland dude.
Bland how? Did you taste him?
No, I didn't taste him, but he kind of looked like if you made a cookie without any sugar.
That sounds horrible, Jinja. Let's get out of here.
If he was a spice, he would be flour.
I thought you were going to say salt.
I think Keith did leave a note and Redan.
Yeah, you do have a note pinned to you.
Sure. I'll come out of the closet and check myself.
Okay. There's a note pinned to your lapel. Or I guess the band of cloth that you normally connect to a bag.
There's a knife in your body.
It's pinned to your chest.
All right, take it out, read it.
All right, what does the note say, Keithree?
I forgot to write it down.
That's good. Just make it up.
I said we went off to follow some leads. Call us on the sending stone when you wake up.
This seems like a prankable opportunity, Jinja. I'm going to look around the room. Is that stone in here still?
No. The stone has been put to a safe place. No, look, the first thing I thought is if Redan comes out of the closet and that stone's here, he's going to steal it.
He would have had Jinja steal it, so he didn't have to do it. All right. I'm going to think about Penn on the compass and start following it in his direction.
Okie dokie. And the compass orientates itself to Penn. When you go upstairs, the gentleman who is running the meeting with like the skull-like face, he's wearing like a cardigan, and he's just like, you know, attending to the shelves, taking care of things. It's like, oh, you're awake.
Yeah, I am. There were too many fingers in the finger sandwiches. I just couldn't handle it. Do you guys do that all the time?
Not all the time, but some people like some of the odd stuff. I try not to judge. Your friends took off. I heard they were going bowling.
What's bowling?
It's a new thing. Sal the half-elf opened up a bowling place. You apparently roll a spherical rock down a lane, to knock over wooden objects.
I feel like I could make a better game up out of nowhere. Like, I don't know, up in the mountains, take a flat rock and throw it against a sheet of ice. Like, seems weird.
I don't get sports really. I mean, I'm a book guy. That's why I run the shop. But yeah, I mean, that's where they'd be at if you wanted to go find them.
All right, that sounds great. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good day.
I pick Gingy up, put him back on my shoulder.
Yeah, he hops on to adventure. And you start making your way out to the team. Or to Penn, wherever he may be. So, the rest of you are all still up in this room with Carl. It's like, so perhaps we should go find a safe place to stay. Do you want to keep hanging around in a crime scene? Is that normal for where we are right now?
Well, I mean, I guess we can. And I'm gonna, with Awakened Mind to the other two, just be like, do we want to invite him back to the AKA house, or?
Yeah, I mean, we have an estate here. It's not, it's like its own thing.
Do we trust
For sure
him?
we have to. He can close these rifts. We can't let that wander around. He gets all stupid. He's never going to do it on his own. He needs someone to help him when he gets close.
I think.
Well,
With a bit of training, we could probably point him like a compass.
I think he needs to go to Philip.
problem for tomorrow.
But for now, I mean, we can for sure we can give him the address to go to the water deep office. Eh?
Yeah.
Walter, I'm sure we'll keep an eye out on him.
Well, we should probably get some sleep too.
Okay, well, out of Awakened Mind. Yeah, we've got a place that we have in town, and I guess you can come too if you don't have anywhere else to go.
Well, I have an apartment. I recall. It's not very nice. If you have a nicer place, I think I might like to stay there.
Well, maybe safety in numbers.
Yes, I hear there's a killer on the loose.
Yeah, and the state of mind you were in until a couple of minutes ago, you probably were not being sneaky about your warlockness, eh?
Yes, perhaps I wasn't a threat.
Well, let's hope it stays like that, eh?
Yes, lead the way. I shall follow.
Yeah, take him back there, absolutely.
All right.
As we walk, though, I do have to ask, now that he's like this, now that you're you again, or more you, can you tell us who your patron is?
No, they still don't like me to say.
What if you wrote it on a piece of paper and dropped it, and I just found it? And
that piece of paper would likely go to the pockets between time and space. That's been my experience in the past.
Interesting.
Basically, if I tried to tell you, I wouldn't be here by the time I finished the word.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
forget
so stop
that.
pushing him, eh?
I just tried to get a...
I would not die. I would simply go to another time and space.
But this time and space seems like okay, except for the whole warlock killer thing. So
Yeah, that is weird.
Here.
I mean, if it's any solace, I haven't been to a future where this is still a problem.
Oh, that's good to hear.
So I mean, somebody works it out.
One way or the other.
See, Pen, not a problem, eh? Scratch it off your worry list, eh? How far you have to walk to get to the end of that list?
It's pretty far.
We got we got a 5-headed dragon of ultimate evil wandering about the place. We don't know where she is.
Oh God.
We got a city growing out of the sand that if Redan gets his way is going to go backward in time and space. We've been to the fire plane, the death plane, bunch of other planes.
You have some, people that want to kill you in addition to the warlock killer.
Yeah, I was kind of avoiding that, but yeah, sure, we put that on the pile too.
I mean,
You wanna
I think
go to
that's
a
pretty
different-
far up on the pile.
Universe? You want to go to a different universe? So have you forgotten that that's kind of a huge thing?
Well,
Well,
I mean,
know, but I don't want some asshole behind me chasing me the whole time, eh? Well, I mean, other than the asshole that are already chasing me, I don't want this warlock killing guy follow us, eh?
yeah, let's not have warlock killers follow us. And the Tiamat thing. You definitely want to work that out. The futures I've been to that are dominated by Tiamat, terrible, the worst. I don't recommend them.
Between chaos and evil, eh?
Yeah, no, they're not good. They're not great. I mean, it's tough towns all over.
So you have enough memory of these places you go to the futures where you could give us sort of like a rough estimate of how many of them are Tiamat controlled and how many are not?
I've been to a couple. It's tough to say. Some of them blend together. I'll never be certain if it's the same one in a different era or not. Things are a little topsy-turvy.
I deserve that. Trying to sneak information out of you like that.
It's just difficult for me to say. I mean, I frequently, if I travel there when I am diminished, it's difficult for me to gather information. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And over time, you guys eventually make it back to the estate house in Waterdeep. And Walter is waiting at the door for you guys. He says, you finally arrived home. It is so good to see you all back. Let me take your coats.
And this is our buddy Carl. He's gonna spend the night.
A pleasure to meet you,
over.
Carl. I shall prepare the guest room.
Excellent. Anybody pop in for a visit while we were gone?
No, it's been quite slow, I'm afraid, Master Gee.
Okay, well, we got to... we'll be in the lounge, I guess.
Of course. Please let me know if you need anything. I've set out an assortment of snacks.
Yes, so into the lounge, which I think I just invented for snacks. It must have been there. There must be a lounge. This is a nice place.
A sitting area. He assumes he knows what you mean.
Yeah, semi-private, where it's just...
And Walter shows Carl up to the guest room. And Redan, you eventually find yourself at the Avalon Knights Academy Estate House in Waterdeep.
I'm going to try to locate Penn exactly where he would be in the place and find a wall or the roof above him and just start like trying to fuck with him, making noises and stuff.
Okay. When you enter the estate house, to the right side is the dining room. To the left is a sitting room. And they have these kind of extended window ways at the front. So you could go around the side wall and fuck with them there.
Yep, that sounds perfect.
All right. And in what manner do you fuck with him?
Is he within sight?
You can peek through a window and see him.
I'm going to try to get up really close to him and just like 2 fingers right in the sides of the ribs.
Is the window open? Is it? I'm just. Are you going to teleport?
I mean, if I have to, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, see, it's not a problem for him.
This sucks because what you hear as like right before this is I'm like looking at you guys. I'm like, should we go like get Redan? Like we should probably. Like, I don't know how to react to that. Are you stabbing me in the ribs? Or are you just poking?
My
It's
brother,
like that.
my brother used to call it an eagle claw. Like you take 2 fingers and you stick it right under someone's rib cage on both sides. It's really fun.
You're getting the Big Brother treatment. that special brand of abuse.
It just hits, and I'm like, and then I'm an ice block. Like I'm just a block of ice. And then I come out of it, and I'm dripping wet, and I'm like,
I'll get the towels, sir.
That was worth it.
and Ginger's like, haha, you would have died.
Yeah, laughing my ass off at that comment.
Hey, welcome back, buddy.
Yay! Did you get the note?
I did. I'm surprised you put it on me so gently.
Well, you know, didn't want it to go anywhere.
No, you did a good job. I would have like stuck it in me with a little dagger, but good job.
over by the fire, just.
Yeah, while you're drying out your clothes, Walter's like patting you dry with towels.
So
wishing yet again that you had prestidigitation.
Always.
So I don't know what happened, but I had a weird dream, like a weird dream. I saw it. I don't know. It felt like Orcus coming over the horizon, and a really dark shadow, big dark shadow coming over that city that we went and explored.
I mean, we had to know this would catch up with us eventually. I look at Yi and Redan.
But that, like, no, I need to roll this.
Oh.
Nope. That's all I know.
What city?
The city that we went to, where we were looking for the doorway in the desert.
The one that houses the library you are looking for your whole life?
Yes.
Oh.
And where we found those dudes from Orcus that you sent back that are probably having a really good time right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's got about 72 millions more of them that are not currently being punished.
Oh, shit.
That's just a big number I pick out of the air to scare everybody, but it's a big number.
Yeah.
You don't need that. Well, man, we got that guy and the 5-headed dragon, and we don't know where either one of them is.
Yeah, I'm scared.
It's okay. I'll protect you. Hugs the side of your face.
Once
I know
again,
this person who knows about the multiverse. I wonder if they can get me to a different part of this one.
just want to throw it out there again. We do have a giant Ttrpg underwater deep.
Just because, you know, a stool needs 3 legs, but sit on it.
Have you ever seen the finger puppet the play called Godzilla? I mean,
Anytime, yeah.
it could be really, I don't know. We're fucked
I
anyways.
go there and I throw pepper over where the actors are.
Well,
Make it feel even
I
funnier.
mean, if we're going to like release something from underwater deep, I would like to at least give my family some time to get out of town.
And look, I hate Waterdeep and all. I mean, I like this place and the graveyard, but like, and Keythree's family. There's like that motion of like, oh yeah. But, you know, we can't just bring havoc out of it on all these people. Like,
The answer to evil and greater evil is not greatest evil, eh?
that was Calazar's idea. He wanted to bring Tiamat out to fight Blackwind. I
And
remember.
look how good that worked out for him, eh?
Well, we didn't do it because we were like,
Yeah, he's got a history of good decisions. We save his ass how many times, eh?
Master Calazar has always been of questionable merit when it comes to his plans.
Don't you dare question his merit. His skill is amazing. It's just his decision-making process sometimes is a little self-centered, eh?
Yes, of course. I meant no disrespect.
So I think
What?
we're at the point. Oh,
What if we can transport the Ttrpg to, like, where Orcus is? And take care of...
See, she gets it. How fucking awesome would that be?
let me try.
That's a magnificent plan, but I don't think we do it tomorrow by lunch, eh? We got
Well-
a short-term plan here. One guy in this town here on that boat, the Rusty Spindle.
Here, look. Let me also throw this out there, because like I've read up on Orcus. Interesting work, not so great morals. He's really good at making things that are already not great worse. And so, like, what's worse than a Ttrpg? And all I can think is like an undead evil Ttrpg. The undead isn't the kicker there; it's the last bit.
So maybe we'd be like, here you go, have a gift.
He'd be like, oh, a puppy. And then that puppy would come ream us, like in the rest of the world.
It would be a great fight, but you really don't want Orcus to win because then you have two problems.
We don't want any one of those three to win, eh? They are all bad news, bad news, bad news, eh? But like I said, that is like trying to stop a avalanche and a rock slide and a mudslide all at the same time. You don't do it, you get the hell out of the way.
If it pleases the masters, while you're in Waterdeep, it may be possible for you to check on the Trask. I believe Master Redan has been the pathway that leads there.
I will happily go back.
Why in the world do you want to go back to that place?
I don't know. Maybe we can get a nail from it or something.
Are we gonna clone it?
So you
What-
want to go and pull the finger of a Ttrpg?
Why not?
You know what happened when you pulled the finger, eh?
I don't know. Pull my finger.
I know this joke, I'm not doing it.
Damn. Pen?
Ginger's like, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Yeah, I'm good. That I'm kind of shocked he didn't, but this does beg the question, though. Speaking of the avalanche, on the earthquake, on the hurricane, whatever, we've officially gotten to the point where we are actually considering going to a different universe, and I set out those books again in front of me, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm not concerned, because I want to know the truth and I want to know what's out there, but at the same time, this means that everything here, well, it doesn't mean it doesn't matter, but it means that we're going to start getting involved in things that are infinitely bigger and have infinitely larger repercussions. You realize that if we start meddling in other places, I mean, that could come back on us and could come back on, and I just kind of,
We are professional meddlers, that's what we do.
I don't disagree, but
Maybe we put a pin in some of these things and take care of some of the more immediate, like,
The one
you know,
we can deal with, eh?
the
Well, that-
Warlock killer, and then maybe
Yes.
Guy's problem, and
Maybe second, maybe third, eh? But first, this one guy, we can do one guy on a boat, eh? You ever seen... I mean, I was going to say you ever see Tiamat, but nobody ever did and live, eh?
well, I do think we need to get a hierarchy going where we know what is the most important to be working on. We should also update Team Mom on what's going on. I'd like to stop by home. I need to talk to my patron about a few things, but I don't know.
Oh shit, I wonder if that dragon dude on the boat has something to do with Tiamat. Remember that guy, the asshole green guy who don't give us no answers?
oh, yeah, he was a little
Asshole.
yeah.
Nice
Oh.
armor though, eh, if you're into that sort of thing.
That reminds me, and I kind of like look at Radan, and I'm just kind of like, we met someone, and I make no promises, but he knows how to fix dimensional rifts, which to me makes me believe there's an ever so small chance that he might be able to do something for your friend.
Yeah, he's upstairs in the guest room.
As Key 3 lifts her finger up, I'm pulling her finger.
The entire Key 3 comes up off the ground.
She's broken, but I like the idea.
You see Guy resisting the urge to cast thaumaturgy. You must be a real friend.
It's just like being with my siblings.
Now you have two families.
Yay.
So what I'm hearing is we're taking an extraplanar dimensional quest. That sounds amazing. Let's go.
That's what you took away from that conversation? I thought you
Yes.
were going to get the guy down the street in the boat.
The thing that Radan said we'll get to. First, we're gonna handle the warlock killer that we're like hot on the tails of.
You got a ton of evidence at this point.
Yeah, we know. I mean, we know who he is. We know what boat he's on.
We don't know who the master is. We don't know if this man was corrupted by that book. Like,
That's not our job. Our job is go get him, bring him to the authority.
But he's just a pawn, theoretically, to a much bigger problem.
But once
And you
we,
put the pawn in the cage.
and once we, find him and stuff like that, then we can get more information out of him and find out if he is the pawn of something, who the master is. But we can't really find that out without him.
Okay. I mean, I agree.
We have, and it means that unless he's going to kill us, we take him alive and we bring him back here to Waterdeep and we hand him over to Lady Silverhand and the appropriate authority.
Yes. But first, we sleep.
We have to do it, Pen. We are the law now.
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to determine if we should do that or Philip first, depending on where the boat is.
We don't know. We got the answer to Philip. We got an idea. We know we got the answer to this guy. What if the Rusty Spindle goes away and don't come back for 3 months? How many warlock on different shores get killed?
Do we know where the boat is? I can stop it. I hold up the broom and I hold up the immovable rod.
We know exactly where the boat is, and I think maybe we talk to the captain as official member of Lady Silverhand's team.
Do we know where the boat is? I don't remember knowing where the boat is.
We walked right past it.
Did we?
It was at dock.
It's at the docks.
Oh,
shit. We landed at, it's just another, like the boat we took to Baldur's Gate.
Is anyone sharing that information with me?
Sounds like Guy did.
Yeah, I did it out of character voice, but yeah, we know exactly where it is. It's right down there at the dock.
Did we walk by it, or did we just hear about it?
We sent Carl went over, or was going to go and have a look, but we don't get to that.
Carl's going to go have a look, but what you heard about the boat was that it was in Neverwinter currently.
Oh, I thought we can get there in a heartbeat anyway. We've got teleport to Neverwinter, right?
You do.
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah.
Well, you've got teleport to the north, close to Neverwinter.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we don't have the best track record in Neverwinter.
So we're leaving, right? We are going there to leave. We book passage on the boat. We tell the captain exactly what we are doing. One of his people is a murderer, and we have to bring him to justice. He let us on the boat. This guy, he knows who we are, right? He knows where our room was. He knows who we are, who's going to kill us. And if he don't move, we act really warlocky in public, eh? He can't help himself. He comes. There's 4 of us, 1 of him. We're on a boat in the middle of the ocean. If it comes patron to patron, it's 4 on 1.
5.
And I was just going to say, and the cookie.
And me!
All right. I still want to talk to my patron about this, and I pull out the paperwork from that ritual, but just so I have a better idea of what we're dealing with. But yes, then I say, would we leave in the morning from the keep? Do we leave Carl?
We can leave right from here, right?
No, I know, but do we Carl? Like, pointing upstairs.
Well, we can ask him in the morning if he wants to come.
I'm saying, should we?
He can stay here. He can go to the keep. I don't think he should come with us to Waterdeep. What if he gets too close to another portal and he goes all? Then we have to take care of him.
He is Guy's buddy.
He is your buddy.
Hey. We go in the long hallway of people that Guy dragged to the keep.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up to bed. Good night.
All right.
Good plan.
Pen, do you have anything I can read tonight?
It's a loaded question.
Most of my books are in my book, which only really works for me. I mean, you've already read The Hand in the Eye. You're welcome to read any of these books, and the 5 that we were already reading on the boat.
I've got a better idea, thanks.
Oh,
Thank you, though.
okay.
Well, everyone's asleep tonight. I would like to spend the evening contemplating on that living weapons book, trying to figure out how it would all come together.
Hey. Ooh. Ancient threads.
I'm going back to the keep through the teleportation circle real quick.
You are welcome to do so.
I'm gonna quickly go check
It's
in
the
on
keep.
Carl, make sure he's sleeping, and then I'll stay here.
All right. You go up to. All right. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
Because I mean,
You said
key three. Are you just going to sleep?
I mean, I'm going up to my room with my new book.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to ask any more questions beyond that.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Privacy is given. Would anyone else like to go about their activities? Who would like to go first?
Redaniel.
Very well. So, you're trying to piece together this ritual. Are you trying to figure out how it was done?
So over the break, I would have read that book entirely. So more just like trying to understand a step-by-step process, like trying to put the puzzle together now.
Okay. Step-by-step process. Give me a wisdom check. Give me wisdom. Give me a wisdom check or an arcana check. Something to use some kind of natural skill to piece this together.
Yeah, that's just not happening right now.
No, that's not happening. Okay, so for your 3, as far as you can get with it, is that the first thing that is required is a suitable vessel. And the vessel needs to be able to withstand the series of enchantments that need to be placed on it in order for the ritual to work.
And this vessel is a weapon of some sort.
It becomes a weapon when it is done.
Okay, so it could be like a really strong frying pan, or like...
It could be a person.
It could be you.
Literal-minded Radan. I imagine he's imagining somebody holding him by the ankles and beating them with it.
Actually,
and he's all smiles.
Oh, yeah.
This is perfect for him. But a suitable vessel doesn't necessarily mean something that already has incredible strength.
all right.
And you're not able to discern what specifically denotes a suitable vessel. All right.
All right, more to come later.
All right, who's next?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going back to the keep.
Very well. It doesn't take long. The portal takes you right there.
I know I'm about to get like 3 different looks, but I'm running down to the bottom of the mage tower to where we keep all our stuff from the bag of holding.
Oh, you dirty little shit.
Just trust
Okay.
me. And I'm looking and I'm getting that book, but I'm not touching it.
You get down there,
Oh.
MT1 is staring at the book inside the vault.
Is this just like walk up and he's just there?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, Pen.
What you doing?
This tome that you sent to the keep.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to call to me.
I think it calls to everyone. And it's not necessarily good. I need to share it with my patron for further analysis to make sure it's safe.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna do that now, and I just kind of
his eyes are constantly focused on it.
I open the grate and I cast Mage Hand, and with Mage Hand I pick it up. And yes.
You pick it up with Mage Hand, and he's just staring at it.
And I, not obviously so, but I put it like I'm doing it high, so I'm just like pulling it above me, and then I'm just gonna walk out and back out.
As you're walking out, MT1 speaks up again. He says, "Be cautious with it, Pen. This book, it pulls on inorganic beings."
Okay. Are you okay?
I will be fine. I can resist its temptation.
That's our boy. Or non-binary. Anyway. All right. Well, I'm going to go do this. Love you. And yeah, I just run upstairs with it, mage-handed the whole way.
As Pen leaves the vault, MT1 carefully closes the gate to the vault section and pauses for a moment in contemplation before shaking it off and going back to his duties. Meanwhile,
oh, I will crush you like a bug if MT1 gets polluted.
See, it's a good thing I went and got it.
He was doing fine.
Oh, like everybody's just like, don't you fucking touch him. Okay.
Meanwhile, knowing nothing of any of that, you're lucky.
All right. So
yeah, I go up and knock on Carl's door.
Well, no, we're gonna we'll finish up with Pen yet. Oh yeah, okay, no, we're not done. He's gonna go see his patron.
Right.
All right.
This is fun.
So you are ushered into the ethereal plane through the Mage Tower, and your patron is there in his usual capacity. He's in his sanctum, reading books.
All right, this is where I get worried. So yeah, I knock on the door and kind of poke my head in and like, hey.
Yes. What can I do for you?
And I keep the book held outside of the door with Mage Hand as I walk in.
Okay.
And I look up at my patron and I'm like, so a couple things.
Yes.
The most important one, though, I want to go ahead and get out of the way. You know vastly more than I. And I know
that's not correct.
Oh, well. You know, you had... okay. Can you expand on that?
Of course. You know things that I am unfamiliar with. That is why you were chosen.
That's fair.
And through our connection, I experienced that familiarity, and I learned new things. Additionally, our bond means that you know everything I know, if you simply have the discipline to access it.
That's cool. Anyway, the point being is, I may have found something that specifically preys on those who have a thirst for knowledge, and I'm really concerned because I was barely able to pull myself out of it. And I believe you are much more powerful than I, but I also know that it might affect you differently, and I'm scared to give it to you because I don't want anything bad to happen to you either. And here we are.
I see. So what would you like me to do about it? Would you like me to reassure you that this will not have effect on me?
Do you know that it won't?
I do not.
Would you be able to potentially tell me if it were happening and give me a way to get rid of it? I mean, is it ever appropriate to destroy knowledge, ever?
That is difficult to say. Knowledge is a tool. Some tools are designed for very specific purposes. You can discern a tool's purpose by taking a close look at it, examining its intricacies.
When I look at it, it pulls me. It changes the way I look at things in ways I don't like.
Then perhaps that is the tool's purpose.
And I'm gonna watch him really closely, and I'm gonna pull it in the door and just watch his face and see if he changes at all.
Okay. You pull it in the door. It's like, have you ever seen somebody when they walk into a place and they catch a whiff of some really good food that's cooking? And it just draws their attention immediately, like they sniff the air and it just focuses in on it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you see from your patron. Oh, this knowledge is tempting.
I can tell you in brief what it is so that you don't have to be curious about it, but it has to do with combining flesh and non-biological material like metal to create...
It is more than that. You cannot discern what it says.
Oh, God.
It eliminates the imperfections by merging machine with flesh. It creates a beautiful new world.
Yeah, no, this isn't feeling good.
One of complete and total peace.
Can I insight my own patron?
You sure can.
Ugh. I mean, I don't feel like I have to because I can feel it.
Yeah, he's getting pulled.
Yeah.
Like, and he's licking his lips.
And I'm just holding it, and I'm like, you trust me, right? Like, you know, I would never, like, you know.
Yes, perhaps you should add it to our library.
With that, but then you, okay.
For study.
Mm-hmm. I will consider that. Just let me. There's a more pressing issue that I need to tell you about right now, and I put it in my bag, so it's at least out of sight. And I pull out the documents, and I'm like, "Look, this is super interesting. You should know about this. This is written in the language you normally write in. I'm the only one that was able to read it." And I pull out
the pull is loosened slightly, and you see a small bit of your patron return.
I'm so sad. Anyway, I show him the documents, and I'm like, this explains what this warlock killer is doing to people.
Yes. Forgive me.
You get that, right? You see what you feel, that difference. That means this is not good.
There is something about that.
What would you have me do about it in your current state of mind, having been removed from it? I only handle this without touching it because I know what it can do, and I just don't.
Perhaps we should tuck it away. Perhaps the safest hands are our own. For where is the safest place to place knowledge but in the hands of the archivist, the keeper of all knowledge, both dangerous and benign, and we would hold it and learn its intricacies and its purpose and how it could be most effectively utilized.
No, it's no good if you're corrupted by it and you lose your purpose. It's no good if you're not you anymore because you were taken over by a trap set for people like us. Like, you know that, right? And this is like probably the most familiar I've ever spoken, other than like, I love you. Like, this is probably like the most like,
I love you, Papa. That's it.
Wow.
It's just
Yeah.
like
this is your I'm an adult now speech.
This tome was created by someone whose power exceeds my own.
I think that's all I needed to know.
And these papers are written in the language that book calls to me in.
Who is the master?
That is difficult to say. They are not from this world. My knowledge of them is limited. Whoever they are in service of something greater. They are a piece, a pawn, if you will. We have not met the head of this serpent. And I pray that you never do. You should take the book to wherever you hid the Eye of Vecna.
Okay. I'll figure out something to do with it.
You cannot know where it goes. Because if you know, then I will know. And I do not know if I have the strength to resist it.
Okay. Is there a way to monitor our connection more closely?
How so?
I look at the paper and I'm like, this can't happen to you, like, because we're going after the pawn, and whatever it's doing, it's connecting patrons to something bigger, and like,
Yes,
I don't want that to happen. So I'd rather.
You should check. You are the only one that patronizes me currently.
I know what you mean, but
That's it's still funny. But you should look into some of the patrons that have victims, that the victims are connected to. Look at the earliest ones, trace it back.
the deep one, I spoke with it.
Right, but that was recent, wasn't it? This started somewhere. There'll be a pattern. The first one is often the sloppiest, and then it gets more refined. If you can trace it backwards from there, see the other patrons, check their condition, you may glean more information about this.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna go now, and if you feel anything change in that bond, or if you feel it mute or something, just cut that sucker off. It's more important that you continue doing what you do. So
I will keep an eye on it, and I will send you messages as updates come. And he brings his book back up, and he's reading them all around him again. And just as you're about to leave the doorway, is Penithan. I could not resist its call. You did well. And he says nothing else.
Love you. And I leave. All right. And I get on the other side of the door, and it's just that slump. And then I'm like, and then I sneak back through the portal. I guess. I gotta go wake up Keith3. Oh, I don't want to wake up Keith3 right now.
No, do it. Do it.
No meta, my friend.
You don't know it. She just said she
I
was
don't.
going to bed.
You don't know.
No. So I come back through the portal and I sneak upstairs, and if no one else is around, then yeah, I'm going to Keith3's room and like knocking on the door.
You hear from inside like frantic scrambling. Just a minute. Like she opens the door. Yes.
Okay. Are you okay? You sound
perfectly fine.
Anyway, so listen, I had to know, so I went home and I took the book to my patron. I didn't touch it. I made sure not to touch it.
You gave it to him?
I didn't give it to him because I saw the way he acted around it, and I figured I had to know, though, because if anyone that I would trust with it, it would be him, because he's so far removed. But whatever it is, it pulls on things. I mean, MT1 was in the Mage Tower looking at it when I got there. If I had not have gotten there, I don't know what would have happened.
Okay, so that shouldn't stay there.
No, and it's in my bag, and I'm not going to touch it again. I only handle it with Mage Hand, but I don't know what to do. He said to put it wherever we put the Eye of Vecna, which I know is your court, but I also am kind of the mindset that maybe we shouldn't have two things that are this bad in the same place, but I also don't know what to do with it because I doubt we can destroy it, and it's knowledge. Is it worth destroying? And I don't know. And I don't want to leave it, and I certainly don't want to go to sleep with it near me, because what if it gets on my face in the middle of the night, and then I'm not me?
maybe it's best if you just give it to me and I'll find a spot for it and you don't have to know. You'll just be safe.
Give me one moment. I have to click a few buttons here. Damn it. I trust you implicitly, even though other people have been saying that phrase to me recently. So yeah, I guess I get it with Mage Hand, and I have it wrapped in like something.
Yeah.
Like a kerchief or something, so it's not. And I hand it to you, and like before I let it go in your hands, I just look at you and I'm like, it's super important that no one like sees this or touches it, because no matter who does, I don't know what'll happen. And this is me talking, like.
Okay.
And then I let it go.
Oof.
Cool. I have more books to hide.
We gotta talk about the eye someday, but that's another later.
Do we?
We gotta
Look,
talk
Kishana
about it.
trusted me with that, so.
Kishana always did, but you know, whatever. Anyway. Okay, and I'm assuming I feel like a weight lifted now that it's not in my possession anymore.
Yeah, you're exhausted.
That's anxiety.
Yeah, no, look, when the book is away from you, it finally begins to, it's like you were carrying around, a 50-pound weight the entire time.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Gonna close the door.
Okay.
Good night. I'll try to sleep.
All right. You try to sleep. Gee.
Here's one of the great evils of the world. I'm going to bed.
Here, hold on to this shit.
Oh, and it's really addictive. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the thing.
Is Keith going to end up being the bad person in the end?
Oh no! Look, we're gonna do.
If that's your fault. Oh.
We're gonna do a key 3 bit now.
Oh no!
But we're gonna do a key bit first here.
Okay. Yeah. This is quick.
Yeah.
Just go and tap on Carl's door.
All right. You tap on Carl's door. He says, "Oh, come on in."
And I'll step in and close the door behind me and kind of lean against it.
Oh, it's a nice place. Much better than that hole in the wall I've been living at. And he's actually sat at a desk in the guest room and he's scribbling onto a piece of paper.
Do you remember what it's like when your head is not right?
Sort of. It's kind of foggy. I get it in bits and pieces. I generally remember the broad strokes.
It seemed like a horrible place to be. I mean, one of my greatest fears is lose my mind.
Yes, but there's a simplicity in it. I don't worry about things when I've lost my mind.
Yeah, worm is simple too. I don't want to be one of them either.
Fair enough.
Carl, I have a history.
Oh, you speak common here, right? That's the...
It is, yeah, the most common language here is called common, appropriately. Yeah.
I'm never sure when I end up.
For sure, right? I have a history, like I was saying, of finding people who, how you say, keep saving the world over and over.
Ah.
And I combine that with how terrible it must feel to be that guy that we picked up when we thought Carl was that guy who most people leave behind and won't even take him bowling. Eh? And I put those two together and I don't like it. Eh?
Well, if I've learned anything in my travels, my extensive, frequently horrifying travels, It's that the ones that you can depend on when the chips are down are not always the ones you expect.
Is there any way to aim you, Carl? Is there any way to follow the fog in your mind? I know it's terrible to ask you to willfully put yourself in that place, but can you move towards?
I wish I could say that there was, but I simply accomplish what I can when I can. And the rest of the time, it's out of my hand now.
You ever had a very high-level magic-using person try and help you with that?
Sometimes. And let me tell you, in this place's ancient past, the high-level wizards they got there, you wouldn't believe.
Kind of like a Calazar?
I don't know what a Calazar is.
Well, he's as close as we got now to one of them, eh?
But no, like all this used to be way different. Magic was more common in the past before some things happened. But anyways, I'm not sure how much longer I'll be around. I can feel the static. And I just wanted to write a couple things down for you guys, because there is somebody going around and he's got this special knife and he's gone.
Like, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's literally, it's like the quill drops to the ground and the chair is empty.
I'll walk over and make sure the quill doesn't stain the page. Move it off to the side and close the ink.
Yeah.
And then just look down. I'm still going to let it lay there and dry, but I want to look down and see what it says.
It says, "To my friends, when I am fogged of mind, most people avoid me. You are the first to actually take me and care for me. And it is because of this that I know you are special, and I can trust you with the knowledge of certain things. The world you live in is far grander than you ever thought possible, I'm sure. It frightened me at first. It was an all-new experience, finding out that you are an insignificant speck on top of another insignificant speck, on top of yet more insignificant specks. I assumed I would go mad, and I do not wish that fate for you. I pray that we meet again in the future. And I will leave you with this. In all of my journeys, in all of my travels, it comes down to small moments and good people doing what they can. If you continue to do that, I trust everything will be okay for you. And lastly, beware the man in the blue and black coat.
And I'll stand there reading that until the ink is clearly dry, and then I will take the knife and the paper and go and find... I guess I walk out in the hall and look around. There's probably nobody.
Yeah, there's a sleepy-looking pen going to bed.
One look at him. No. I think I keep this to me just tonight, and I go to bed.
All right. Key 3. Whee! So the first thing I need you to do is make a wisdom save.
I figured there was something like that.
Oh, but I wrapped it in stuff.
Oh
The greatest of
Okay.
evil of all time, defeated by a quarter of an inch of cotton.
So you want to unwrap this book real bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna unwrap the book.
And then you hear the whisper of Duelist Companion. As you unwrap the book, you get a glimpse of it. And the whisper of Duelist Companion says, imagine the adventures we could go on with the things that this book could create.
That would be fun.
That sounds so enticing.
It does. But I told Ben I'd keep it safe.
We could just take a look. I'm sure reading it a little bit would not matter. And if you want to resist it, you got to do another wisdom save. Or else you're going to end up reading this book.
Yeah, I want to try and do what Penn asked. Oh no!
Oh no!
I mean, just a little peek wouldn't hurt.
No, it couldn't possibly.
Open the book.
There are...
One eye open, the other eye closed.
Yeah, it's just like... All right. So there are all kinds of things in here. It's just bizarre creatures and constructions. And the moment you start to look over it, it occurs to you that this book needs to be given to a construct that can complete its work.
Oh.
This is, you understand what's in it, but you innately know that this is not the work that you need to do. If you complete the works in the book, you can't go on the adventures.
Okay.
We should give it to him then.
Like right now?
You feel the fighting in your head. I need you to make one more wisdom save.
Come on, dice. Come on.
Oh. And for a moment, you can hear the voice of your patron call out to you. And it sounds like your grandfather. And when you hear that voice, it flashes an image of MT1 as this corrupted black steel creature with parts of human flesh grafted to his form. And he has 4 arms, a spider-like bottom, and he's walking over a river of corpses. And then you're flashed back.
I dropped the book and nope. Bad sword.
Oh, that was weird.
Okay. All right. Great. Nope. This is going, and I'm gonna pull out the paints, and I'm gonna paint like the bottom of an iron box, and I'm going.
Oh, you're painted around it.
Yeah, like painting around, and
This is the key 3 getting these paints is the best thing that ever happened. I love it. Okay.
I'm going to use the Dark Shard Amulet to try and cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
So I have to do a DC
The what?
Intelligence Arcana. It's the thing he gave me. I got at the
Yeah.
ice
I
fair.
figured. I was just like, whoa.
Haha!
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick up the book, put it in the box, and then paint a like solid iron box around this book.
And we'll say that the Dark Shard amulet was a gift from your cobbler brother.
Oh,
He came across it in his travels with his master, and he thought it would be the perfect present for you after the nice talk that you guys had when you were in Waterdeep together. Backstory. All right. So you complete the task. I am going to need a performance check to see how this box looks when you're done.
okay. I can.
I kind of want it. Oh.
I wanted it to be like horrible, like
I wanted it to
very
look like
cartoony.
literal crayon in 3-dimensional space.
It looks good. It doesn't look like a creation from Chalk Zone. We're good. It looks like a box.
Okay, great. All right. Well, that's step one.
Oh, that was weird. I was not myself for a while.
Okay, well, that's good to know that that wasn't like normal you, because that was a little weird.
No, that book was talking to me.
Yeah, definitely don't want Penn or his patron around that.
So, I mean, we should go back to reading that other book. That other book was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I don't like this one.
You were reading that too?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're partners.
Yeah, okay.
That was weird.
We'll go back to reading that other book.
What are we going to do with this one, though?
I'll put it where I put the eye, under a different rock.
Yeah, all right. Are we doing that now or in the morning?
Let's do it now. Now sounds good. Now's
Yeah,
good.
no time like the presents. I'm a little freaked out too. And I'm a sword. So, that's...
That's saying something.
Whew.
Okay.
All right. So you cut open your way into the plane of fire. All right.
Go and
Go to the spot.
go to the spot and find a different kind of identifiable spot for me and
All right.
hide it. Kind of
Do
pile up
you-
some rocks.
Do you check on the eye while you're there?
I was going to just, I'm here. I checked on it a while ago.
All right. You check on it. The eye is still there.
Yay. Okay.
It's on fire.
We don't have to
It's-
add Vecna to Orcus and Tiamat. Yay!
It's on fire. It never burns away. It's on fire forever. Okay. And you find another spot where you can tuck this box away.
Cool. And I'm gonna pull out the paints and just kind of paint additional rocks and landscape over top
Yeah,
of
it's
the
just
rocks.
Okay. I am going to need a performance check again.
Oh, good.
This is an MS. Oh, no, this is...
Not quite.
Okay,
as
this
good.
is it's passable. It's passable. They look like rocks. Not quite as good as when you drew the box, but they look like rocks.
And then I will go back, read a little bit more of the book to kind of calm down and go to sleep.
Duelist Companion is silent when you read the other book.
Set him down, put my cloak over the sword.
Cover him with a sheet.
Boo! I love this. Okay, this game never disappoints.
Oh, boy.
All right, so that's the night, everyone, and well, I think it's time for a break. Let's have a little break, and then we're going to do the morning.
Do you mean to tell me that all this time, the Eye of Vecna's just been under a rock in the fireplace? I believe this is the first we're learning of where that ended up. I'm just, is there no concern of a fire elemental becoming omniscient and the havoc that could be caused from that? That's not for me to worry about. We'll see you after the break. Be back in 20 minutes. Alrighty. Okay, hold on. I had to turn off Dan the Bard for a second. I hope you all feel rested after that nice long night's sleep. Hopefully you enjoyed a good book and washed your hands before and afterwards. Let's get back into the show.
Welcome back to Too Many Warlocks. When last we left our heroes, the mettle of Key3 Tea Leaf was tested.
And almost
fully.
failed.
She went 1 for 3.
she whiffed twice, and she got the good last one. She didn't 3 strikes it out. Redan learned a little bit more about creating a living weapon. Penn found out that this book can corrupt constructs, patrons, all kinds of shit. And Guy went to go check on Carl, and Carl had nice words with Guy, and then poofed.
And there was much sadness.
Much sadness. All right. So, next morning arrives. The smell of breakfast permeates as Walter is hard at work.
I grab the letter and head downstairs again. And I read it again. What was it said, Puck?
Oh, God.
I saw you not reading that.
You bastard. Okay. It says, you know what? You guys are going to be okay. The world is very big and scary. The multiverse is even bigger and scarier, but don't worry about it, because the actions of a few small people in a few small moments always are the thing that makes all the difference.
It seems much more poetic than that last night, but I think you guys get the drift.
And it also said, and one more thing, look out for the man in the black and blue coat.
Yes.
He has he said somebody has a special knife.
So I mentioned, because I didn't write it down, but he said something about he has a special knife.
Where are we that we're talking to you?
At the breakfast table in the estate. Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Waterdeep Estate, right?
Yeah.
So he's gone, eh?
Well, I guess we won't be asking him if he wants to go to Neverwinter.
Did he? And I just look at Key 3, and I'm really like just this intense look, just like
I took care of the thing. Yeah.
She took care of the thing.
Okay. And
are you feeling judged yet, Keith?
I mean,
he keeps asking you questions and then going,
This is more because of the book than Keith Reed. So
I can roll a deception.
are you
weren't
trying to deceive me?
I guess that's true. I wasn't.
Yeah. Not at
It's
all.
unnecessary. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I slumped back in my chair and relaxed a little bit. I'm like, okay. Carl's gone. That's taken care of. Wait, where did he just he's not like
You know when the kid they blow the bubble, and it float and it float and it float and then and it's not there anymore, like that, right in the middle of a sentence.
Well,
Is
he
he
said
all-
like he could have through the time space stuff.
Yeah, that poor bastard. He spent his whole life getting dumber and dumber and dumber. And then he do a thing he hardly remember, and then he feel good for about, well, today, less than 1 day. And then back down again he goes.
the story?
I was hoping we could
Guy
help him.
Bouton.
But, sorry, I thought I was hoping we could help him, but he's gone.
Was hoping he could help Philip. Did he share how he does what he does by chance?
He don't do it. It happened to him.
The portal thing?
Or the fixing, he don't
Yeah.
hardly remember. At that point, he might remember what he was like in his head when he was doing that.
I guess that's fair.
There are chicken that are smarter than what he was when he was doing that. And you can make a chicken sit still just by draw a line in front of his nose.
Can you do
Yeah,
that?
actually.
Oh.
You can actually hypnotize a chicken just by drawing a line on the ground.
Learn something new every day.
This is valuable knowledge.
When we get to deal with that chicken Tarask.
Yeah. The cockatrice? Anybody?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so nothing changes except I guess I feel a little bit better about dealing with other universes. But are we going to hunt a killer today?
The Neverwinter.
Let's
To
go on
Neverwinter.
Let's go on the boat then. So my plan yesterday, you guys, you want to talk about it, change it? You got other idea?
What was the plan?
We talk to the captain. We get on the boat as guests, as passenger, and we wait for him. He knows who we are. If he jump us, we fight him. If he don't jump us, we'd be real warlocky out in public until he do get mad and do something stupid, and then we take him into custody and bring him back here, on the boat.
Maybe we wait to be real warlocky for like the boat unloading, because I could see the captain being a little don't start a fight on my boat.
Have you seen my hat?
That's absolutely fair. Yeah, for sure. That makes perfect sense. I don't think of that, but yeah. So we
If,
tell him when we get to port. If he don't attack us, we don't tell the captain that we expect him to attack us on the open ocean. But if he don't attack us before we get to port, when we get off, we get really obvious.
Redan can also look like him.
I was also
So
thinking.
can I? Once we see him.
I was also just thinking I could also just jump off the boat with him and drown him if he attacks us.
All right, then we have to do our very best to take him into custody.
Define best.
I will not be.
Well,
I have a series of questions I'd like to ask, but beyond that, I just kind of look over at Guy. I am indifferent on that fact and matter.
Dead people are very easy to capture.
yes, but very difficult to question.
Oh.
Yeah, we need their information. We are not a bunch of people who run around just mercenary asshole anymore. We have a name to protect, We work for Lady Silverhand here. We have the keep, the academy. That's us. Every time we do something, it reflects on them, We can't just go smash some people like Bug. We have to do the rules, It sucks because it's harder.
But,
Why there's so few bad guys, so many bad guys and so few good guys, because good guys way harder.
But maybe to be fair, Redan, if he tries to kill us, if it's us or him,
Oh, for sure.
then I
If
like
you don't surrender,
breathing.
you turn him into jam on the wall. But we have to give him the option to surrender, right? And if we knock him unconscious, we don't go and smash his head like a grape. We tie him up, we put the thing in his mouth so he don't speak, don't cast. We take him home, eh?
Have you figured this one out? And I slap Redan on the shoulder and I open my book and there's just some scribbled notes and the header is "Speak with Dead."
I wink.
Really? Wait, that's not committal.
I
Did you say
can't
that
get
out
my
loud?
hopes up.
Yeah, no, I haven't yet either, else I would say that's a good option. But okay, well, we'll figure it out when we get there. We always do.
Neverwinter.
Yay.
Forgive me, but would it not make sense to ask around the docks if anyone knows anything more of this sailor? If you know which ship he works on, perhaps somebody who has worked on that ship knows him.
But what else do we need to know? We just got to find him.
Perhaps they know his name.
Other than John, that might be useful.
I'm kind of with Guy, though. If that ship leaves and we are 90% sure he's on it, he could be gone.
Well, that ship is currently in Neverwinter.
Yeah. So
he
if
could
it
be
leaves,
anywhere in Neverwinter, and he might not be getting back on it.
Either way, we go to Neverwinter. If the boat is there, the crew, they are probably in the tavern, getting hammered and trying to hire the local girls to do things, eh? We talk to them there. We find out who this guy is.
Redan walks in looking like him and's like, "What's my name?" And they're like, or "I'll give you 100 gold if you guess my name." And then they're like, "It's obvious you're what's his name." And then it's like, "Ha!" And he takes the hat off.
I actually can't do that. I gave the hat to Lilith on loan.
What is wrong with you? I'm kidding.
Well, I could do it, but I don't know what he looked like, eh? If we knew that, we wouldn't have to find out what do all this extra stuff, eh? We would just know who he was.
You can't reverse mind meld, right? We're so
I wouldn't
bad
let
at
him
what we
anyway,
do.
to be honest.
You'd think we'd be good at things by now, but I feel like as a whole unit, like we scrape by.
What would be the fun in being a highly focused, efficient team? What would be the fun in that?
I suppose we'll muddle through somehow.
We at least know what we're looking for.
That's the
Yes.
2020 class slogan right there.
Yeah, I suppose we'll muddle through somehow. Okay. All right.
Just translated to Latin to make it sound good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I wonder
So,
what that is in Latin. Let's check it out.
So Neverwinter?
To Neverwinter.
All right. Are we going by boat?
Aren't we taking the teleportal nearby?
The teleporter will take you up north, and then you could make the trek by foot after that, or you could take the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a little bit of a stroll.
How long is the boat ride, by the way? Not disregarding what you're saying, just ask.
The boat ride's not too long. It's a couple hours.
I mean, if y'all want to walk, I don't know how long is the walk. That's the other question.
The walk can be quite a journey because it plops you up north in the mountains, and then you've got a treacherous journey down.
Oh, I guess, maybe time is of the essence. So.
And
Unless-
we want to go to the docks anyway. If we get off the boat, we're already there, right?
Oh, true.
You did learn that there was perhaps a teleporter at an enrollment center for the Avalon Knights Academy, but it's currently in the destroyed sections of Neverwinter.
Yeah. Fair enough.
How big is it? Never mind. Anyway. Okay, so boat ride, or we could get the gargoyles and take them through the telly and then go. Whatever.
I think it's better we show up kind of low and slow way, under the radar. We don't want to attract attention until we find out who this guy is. The peacock, he don't
Gargoyles
make
would
his
be-
tail big for a tree. He wait till the lady peacock is nearby. Eh?
And I just look up and down at Guy and I'm just like, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of us, we would
Thank you.
we would also have the tree. But, you know, never mind. That's...
All right, so boat ride.
Boat ride. All right. Get down to the docks. And the next boat headed out to Neverwinter is called the Siren's Folly.
Well, guys, I hope it's not a dry boat. If I have to go like 2 hours without a drink, I'm going to kill someone. Oh, before we go,
Yep.
Pen, mon ami, my little friend, you, yesterday, you had, well, I'll just ask you, what you do with that book,
Last night before bed, I took it to my patron. I determined that it was unsafe to leave with my patron, and it was certainly unsafe with me, and it was not safe with MT1, so I gave it to Key 3 to not dispose of, but to at least displace.
There's hope for you yet,
Theoretically.
That's probably the most coherent sentence I heard you say in about 2 days, Thank you, mon ami.
Whew.
So, to the boat,
To the boat.
To the boat. I'm leaving something with Richard, but I'll do that in my off time.
All right. So, Siren's Folly is it's a smaller ship. It's kind of a schooner. You guys have some time on board to, hang out, do some things while you make the journey.
Eventually, I would find Key 3 at some point during that trip.
All right. What would Key 3 be doing on the trip?
Probably leaning over the railing, like watching the water go by. She hasn't been on boats too much.
All right.
So I'll just walk over and not make eye contact, not try and break what she's looking at, nothing. Just say, thank you for taking care of that problem,
Oh, yeah. No problem. It's all taken care of.
I knew we could trust you.
Yep.
We always trust you,
Yeah.
Imagine the shit we would be in if it wasn't for you. I mean, imagine the shit we have been in even with you,
Yeah. Well, I've got your back, and I know that you'll have mine when I need help.
That also is why I came over here. We don't talk about what you want for a very long time, When I first met you, it was all, have you heard the family tea leaf? Have you heard,
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
I mean, I don't know. It kind of seems like there's more important things right now, and suppose it can wait. Like, I don't know. I haven't done that much.
Don't make it wait too long, You don't want to miss it.
Well, eventually we'll have to go down to Chult.
Then we will go to Chult, I hear they have dinosaurs.
Yeah. I don't like the ones at the keep, so that's gonna be fun.
Well, thank you again, Key3, for dealing with this. I know you are the strong mind in this group,
Yeah. And I mean, I know you'll have my back when I need it. That's what we do. That's what all the great adventurers do.
Speaking of great adventurers, Key3, Tea Leaf, your grandfather, I don't want to speak for him, but I think only this is the second time I tell you this. He would be proud of you,
Not yet.
Still not yet? I thought I was an ass when it come to taking credit for things I do,
I don't know.
There's plenty of world for both of us to save one, eh?
Yeah.
I leave you to the ocean.
I'd like to think that behind this super serious conversation, if they even turn around right after, I'm just like back there talking to Redan on the boat, and I'm like, whoa, man, do you want a cloak? Like, you could poke my eye out with that thing. Like, I know that barbarians don't wear much, but...
Redan's nipples are the sharpest.
He said it.
You can touch them if you want. And actually, you have no idea how accurate you are as a human being. Me, whew, those suckers are sharp. Too much meta knowledge, but whatever.
This is okay. You know what?
We're on a boat, and you're not wearing anything, so I kind of think...
Writers, start your fan fiction.
Oh.
You can touch them if you want.
Oh, there's a good quote.
Yeah, that was right up there. All right.
See, comic relief. There you go.
It's so good. It's so good. All right. Any other interactions you guys want to have on your ship?
Whenever Penn is done rubbing my nipples, I would like to read some more.
How long does that take, Penn? How much time?
Until they're wrong.
I mean, I can also just read while he's doing it. If it goes
Yeah,
on for
I
more
mean,
than like
really,
5.
that's
Jesus,
what's
use his
ideal.
hat as a book stand.
It's really, that's the way you like to do it. Preferably like cuddled up in a corner next to some crates and Penn's just resting.
Oh dear.
Now I feel like you're just giving them things to write about. But yeah, no, it's more just a biological standpoint. I'm just interested by how, like, this man, like, I'm interested in Redan's anatomy in the sense that, like, I don't understand how, calm down, I don't understand how barbarians work. Because don't they get, like, an extra size bigger when they rage? And it's like, how does that even work on a human being?
That
So,
was,
yeah, more just...
This has been a journey.
So strict meta knowledge. The half giant was a Pathfinder race, and we jumped to Goliath at the start of season 2. So there's some slight changes, but not much. But no more size difference.
Never mind. Then I'm just doing it for fun. We'll just poke, flick, and we're done.
Look, we're pretty sure it was for fun before. All right.
There you go, then.
We're doing some spicy episodes, like after yesterday, and then we're doing this. Okay.
Oh, Chad is enjoying this one every bit as much as I enjoyed yesterday.
Yeah, well, enjoy that, chat.
Yeah.
It's so good. All right.
Yeah.
So, doesn't take long if you guys have no more interactions for the ship to make it to port in Neverwinter. And as it comes up in port, you see a ship that is titled the Rusty Spindle sitting in dock.
I had to refrain the urge to say Eldritch Blast. Anyway.
Do you want me to go, like, put the immovable rod right behind it so it can't leave dock?
How much force can you put on that thing?
It's immovable.
Yeah,
it doesn't move.
Before you move the rod.
That boat will not go anywhere, especially if it's at a stop.
Yeah. Well, why don't we just go ask the harbor master when it's scheduled to leave? Eh? We are supposed to be passenger who want to book a trip on it. Besides that, give us a chance to look at a couple of the crew, and I don't need a hat to look like them.
Absolutely. Is that the plan?
Sounds good.
All right. Harbor Master is pretty easily tracked down.
Yeah.
It's like, hello? What can I help you with?
Hello, my friend. I am wondering, the rusty spindle, I hear it is leaving. We don't know when, though. We want to know we got time to go and do something in town first.
Oh, I don't know when it's leaving, but you could probably ask the captain.
You are the harbor master,
Drinking the
correct?
Yes.
Hey, hello, back here.
Yes,
hello. Look at
no,
the eyes. Hello.
I am the harbor master. The captain, he is collecting cargo and contracts before he decides when he's going to depart. He has left an open departure.
Cool. Where can
Okay,
we
buddy.
find the captain?
There's probably a 12-step program. That's all, buddy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you wouldn't. But when you accept that the part of the problem is you go find some help, eh?
Well, the tavern's over there. He likes to drink a little bit. His name is
Okay,
Captain
Monami.
Samson.
You see, this is helpful. Anybody else feel an unstoppable urge to leave this man in peace?
Yeah, let's let him get back to whatever it was he was doing. Thank you so much, sir.
Is there anything on his
Okay.
desk? Like, is there a single piece of paper?
No, he's just walking around with like a clipboard. He's just not even at a desk. Like he's just.
Yeah. You want to bet his father owns the shipyard?
Oh, you could look like him, Guy.
Why
And
you
then-
would suggest that to that? Then I would have to act like that.
Yeah, but if you can pull that off, great actor that you are, and you go talk to the captain, you could probably figure out a few things, you
Oh,
know.
Pen, it's like it's my birthday.
You keep sneaking when you don't need to sneak. There's no reason to sneak on the boat and ask when it's leaving. We are pretending to be passenger, and we want the bad guy to see us.
I mean, you could ask him about that specific gentleman, and for reasons. You're creative.
About I don't see how being the harbor master helps. Can you imagine there's any respect for him anywhere down this boat, on any of these boats anywhere? That man can hardly stand up and not poop at the same time, eh?
I feel like, tell me he's really attractive. Give me something to work with, Puck. Give me like an edge to work for this guy.
He looks like a pretty average dude. I'm sorry.
You know, we didn't think Carl was going to be all that awesome, and then he was. That could be...
This man is not Carl, eh?
I mean, that's true. And I honestly don't think there's another Carl.
Look, I knew Carl. This man is no Carl.
I don't know. Look, we got to go talk to him regardless. I just want to... I'm ready to not kill something. I'm ready to go get in a squabble with an individual and then wrench him from his freedom until we can bring him to justice.
Well, as Kitri pointed out, the captain probably don't want us to do that on the boat in the middle of the ocean. So I
So
suggest we pitch. Go ahead. It was your idea. You go ahead.
You're going.
Well, I was going with what you said. We tell him we spend that trip watching, and figuring out exactly which one of his crew is the bad one. And then when we get to a port, we jump that guy then.
Or alternatively, we tell him we want to take care of this guy before he gets on his ship, and he potentially has something bad happen on his ship, so it would be advantageous for him to tell us so we could take care of the problem. And suddenly,
Even
boom, he
better.
doesn't
I mean,
have a
he'd
killer
probably-
walking around.
He might even know which one it is. I mean, remember that guy on the other boat? He said the one crew member was really rude to him because he was a wizard.
What
I'm
if
sure
he's
the captain would probably know.
What if he's close with him though? What if this is one of those situations where he tips the guy off because he's like, well, that's my guy, and then the guy runs off into the sunset, the murdery sunset.
Okay, so what other plan you have? I mean, we also can go to the tavern and gather more information. Maybe he's famous amongst his crew members. Eh? I mean, probably not. Oh, Joey's a serial killer, but Joey's kind of creepy, maybe.
Maybe. I don't have any plans. I'm sorry, I'm poking holes in the ones we're making.
No. That's how you keep from having things go horribly wrong. You worry worst case scenarios. Eh? I can't believe we are having a plan at all.
Key 3 Redan.
Don't summon a demon and let's go in the bar.
I'll do one
Let's
of
get
those
cookies.
things. I'll do one of those things and I walk in the bar.
I'll follow after Penn.
All right.
I would walk in, but I want to stop near the door because I want to see Penn in a sailor bar.
Hey there, sailor.
I'm staying outside of the bar, just like hovering like 10 feet up in the air on the broom, keeping in contact with them.
Very well. All these people are. This is a sailor bar. There are sailors everywhere in here as you come in, and they're all drinking and preparing for, the next trip out, enjoying themselves.
I look over at Penn.
Okay, I don't know how to play this because the funny thing is Penn has no sexual attraction to other human, anything.
No.
And so the
I
thing
wasn't
is,
worried about Penn's sexual attraction.
But look at all the sailors, though. I don't know. I don't know if I'm all that attracted to. Oh, I can't say that on stream. Anyway, men of the sea.
Excellent. Well done. Nice sidestep.
Anyway, yeah, no, I don't know. I'm just. I mean, I'm fascinated.
All right.
Some of them are fascinated by you too, I'm sure.
Oh, Lord, gentlemen.
I'll look around and see if there's any folks gambling.
Well, there's a couple playing dice.
I'll kind of sidle up. Can I get in on the game?
Sure, you can roll a couple, but have you ever played Dragon Dice before?
Once or twice.
How do I help her cheat?
You probably don't need to. I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh, shit.
All right. So, how do you want to play this, Key 3? Are you going to play it straight?
Hell no.
Okay.
I'm going to play it super gay.
Would you want to give me a sleight of hand? Or if you have something else that you want to use for this, please let me know. Tell me the story.
No, I'll definitely pick up the dice and do that, make it look like you're rolling, but that drop.
That precise drop.
The slide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, shit.
Jeez.
I think she was built for this.
Oh. Yeah, you nail it.
Key 3 comes out.
You wallop them, and you actually come away with a couple extra gold coins.
Go
ahead.
Oh,
no, go ahead. I was going to say you make 5 gold coins out of it.
I'm looking for Captain Sampson. We've got got a debt to pay up to him.
Oh, yeah, the big guy with the red beard.
Thanks.
No problem. Hey, you sure you've never done this before?
Once or twice. Something my grandpa taught me.
You get a bit of side eye from these sailors that you just dominated in this dice game.
Gather up my coins and walk away.
Get in a bar fight.
Did you say that out loud?
No, I'm not gonna say, can we get in a bar fight?
I'm already this close.
But I'm definitely thinking it, so if Awakened Mind slips out, oh no.
So Captain Samson is drinking with his friends. He's kind of a boisterous fellow. He actually reminds you a little bit of Cookie, but he's clearly younger and a captain, and he has both of his eyes and both of his legs.
Oh, so he's not a pirate.
Yeah.
That guy right there. So who's doing the talking?
Which one?
That guy.
The big redhead?
Yeah.
I think maybe we send Redan over first. Eh?
Yeah,
I will go talk to them.
He's
no.
outside.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm asking you because if I said it in front of him, he'd just go.
It's true.
I am kidding. Maybe look at Pen. No, maybe me. Eh?
That's more insulting than saying it,
So I will walk over to the captain, I guess. Captain Samson, of the Rusty Spindle.
Yeah. What can I do for you? You want passage? We can take you all the way up to Chult. And I know a way to get some of the more exotic islands if you need to.
No, it should sound like a very, very good idea. But before we start booking passage, is there a place I can talk to you sort of more in private? It's on official city business.
People mind their business around here. Anything you can say to me, you can say to me right here.
Is this your crew sitting around you, Capitan?
Some of my crew. A lot of them are out on leave. Enjoying themselves in the city.
Do I have permission to send a private message into your head, sir?
Very well.
And I will cast message after getting consent.
When is that
finger wave?
It is one of your crew we suspect of being a cold-blooded murderer. I would speak to you about it away from the table, if we may. We are investigating on behalf of Lady Silverhand of Waterdeep.
All right. Pardon me, boys. This gentleman wants to talk to me about a special deal. And he gets up from the table and he walks off with you.
And I just to these guys and go outside.
All right.
Hold on.
Yeah, was that the signal to follow or the signal
they come
to...
with, let's go. Yeah.
All right. So he goes outside with you. Are you guys following close, or are you making yourself scarce?
30 feet directly above.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing that thing where I look like I'm being casual, but I do not look like I'm being casual. I walk out the door and I'm just leaning.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those boats.
I'm trying to do my best to get Penn to act like a normal person.
Not a moron.
Those two,
Shut up.
the
Put your hands
shadow.
down.
Those two, the shadow floating above you and I, we are representative of Lady Silverhand, and when your boat was in that city, we believe one of your crew committed multiple murders, and we would like to investigate.
Look, I vet my crew pretty hard. I understand that you must have some kind of evidence about this kind of thing. And if you do have some, please share it with me.
So a couple of days ago, one of your crew was really rude to a wizard on your boat, eh?
Okay. The thing about Eric is he's got a history.
He's got the history, yeah? Or something bad happened to him by some magic?
Well, he lost his wife and kid. He tracked the guy down, and when he tracked him down, he said he had to do it because his patron told him to.
Yeah, for sure, I understand that.
So, I mean,
don't make
I wouldn't like wizards after that either. I wouldn't like any kind of spellcaster. You go through something like that, and that's all the guy's got to say? It fucked him right up. I'm amazed he's still able to work.
So if you don't got nothing to worry about, then you don't got any problem us booking passage on your boat and make a little investigate on the way, yeah?
No problem at all, but go easy on him. He's been through a lot.
We are going to go easy on everyone who is not guilty, monsieur.
All right. I don't see how he... Are you saying that you think Eric committed these murders?
I am saying I don't know when we want to investigate. If I thought Eric committed these murders, I would tell you right now which one Eric is and take him away. But I want to investigate. I want to find out the truth. I hope you are right and he is just a crushed human, eh?
All right.
But if he is a killer, he don't just kill the one, eh? If he is the one we are looking for, he is on what you call a spree.
He's a pussycat. He doesn't even go to the brothels.
You said that's a whole bunch of tension he's got built up. That's probably where the rage come from, eh?
Nah, he's not like that. He's a real peaceful guy. You'll know when you meet him. I'm telling you, you probably got the wrong guy. I'm welcome. I have nothing to hide on my crew. I'm just saying. I don't see it.
Then I hope I am wrong, eh?
All right.
We will pay full fare. Just, I want you to know that this is going on your boat. Eh? We could have just do this under your nose and nobody knows, but...
Well, I welcome you on my ship. If this is a serious concern. But I hope you're wrong.
I hope I am too. And I hope we find whoever is really responsible. And I promise you, we don't do no shit on your boat until we are in the dock, eh?
All right.
I don't want to sink your boat anymore when I am on it than I do when I am off it, eh?
All right.
Just awaken mind to Guy. Ask if he's had any regulars that he's taken from to Baldur's Gate and now to here.
Yes, mon capitaine. Yeah, a few more questions, if I may, before I send you back to your party. Again, in hopes that it is not your man, Eric. Have you have anyone else who is commonly on your boat, who travels to and from Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate?
Not a whole lot. It's kind of a grab bag whenever we go. A little bit of Captain's secret. I kind of pick the route based on what the work is like. If I got a lot of people that want to go to Waterdeep, I go to Waterdeep. If I got a lot of people that want to go to Chult, I go to Chult. If I got people who want to go to Baldur's Gate, I go to Baldur's Gate. Same with Neverwinter. Depends on where the cargo needs to go and where the people need to go.
And where
it's the best way to do
next?
business. Well, we got a couple jobs for Chult. We're trying to see if we can get anything for Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate on the way. Moving up and down the coast is the easiest, and if we take a more exotic trip, we can charge more, but it's a little bit more treacherous.
You can just build. You can bill us, and we will cover any costs that show up. We will pay everything else in cash before we go. I have a friend I think would like to go to Chult. So when are you leaving?
We've still got a couple spots to fill. I got a couple men out looking to see if some things need to be moved or some people need to be moved, and hoping to have it filled up.
Well,
hopefully, if not today, then tomorrow afternoon.
I speak to you about booking passage for 4,
All right. I will put 4 in. I'll notify my crew members, and I just need word back on one more piece. And then I'll let you know.
All right. We will check back at the boat later when you find a more specific time you are sailing.
Of course. What would you like me? How would you like me to contact you?
Here, and I pull out my sending stone and hand it to him.
All right.
Use that. Oh, you won't get me because that's mine.
Okay. Who shall I address to when I?
His name is Penitent, right?
Okay. I'll let him know once we have a sailing time.
That's him over there trying to look cool by the window.
Ah, okay.
I'm also the one that screamed "aha" when he admitted that his name was Eric.
So, if there's nothing else,
Thank you, Captain.
thank you. I'll assist you any way I can.
And Captain, I hope you are right. I hope I am wrong.
I hope so too. And he leaves and goes back into the bar.
I turn to these two that are down here with me. It's fucking Eric, for sure.
If you insight him, Pen, as he goes back into the bar, there is a look of genuine concern on his face. You don't get the impression that there's anything sinister about what he's doing, but he has the look of somebody like if you came to someone's house and told them that their puppy was a murderer. Right?
Yeah,
like
that's more what I'm worried about, is I'm
he-
afraid he's going to go tell him.
he can't conceive of it. But at the same time, he's rattled by the things that have been told to him.
Right before he goes in, then I want to catch him with awakened mind. I'm actually not even going to speak out loud.
Okay.
Which I will keep open to the others so they hear it too. And I'm like, Captain, preferably do not mention any of this to the person in question. We would prefer to have this investigation untainted.
You have my word as a sailor. He responds in his mind. And then he goes back in. Now, after the captain goes back inside, you hear the sound of footprints on cobblestones and the rattling of chains. And Guy, the alleyway in which you were talking to the captain, at the other end of it, a young girl in simple white robes with chains around her ankles comes running towards you.
Oh, this is a gee trap. Shit. Oh, headlong. Straight at her. The Sun Forger's coming out to, like, if she will run past me, I will get between her and whatever's chasing her. Shit.
All right. You get between her, and the moment that you take this protective stance,
Yep.
she gets behind you, and she's right behind you, and with both hands, she grabs onto your coat.
Yep.
And she's holding on to tight and looking at behind you. And she is a full, foot shorter than you. And slowly, step by step, your friend Jaden appears from around the corner. Hey now, you got away from me. You come on back now. We won't have any problems. Hey, I remember you.
That's not happening.
What?
She's not going with you. Do you want to go with him, miss?
You can feel her shaking behind you.
Go down
And
the hall, down the alley. My friends are there.
She says in the meekest voice, "Don't let me go back with him."
You go straight back behind you down the alley. My friends are right there.
I assume we're closer to
Yeah.
Guy at this point.
Yeah, like I imagine
Yeah, I
the
wouldn't have let Guy out of my
convergence has happened. It's just like,
I'm about 30 feet above this person who's approaching Guy.
okay, this is a half dragon with green scales.
I'm
When we
gonna
met in the boat. Yeah.
pull my sword out and say, perhaps you let this one get away.
Ooh. I don't know.
Necrotic shroud. Full undead mode.
Oh.
The second that happened, I'm dropping down and using the Ring of the Ram to try to slam this guy.
No.
Sorry,
It's
friend.
Punched a headphone right out of my own face.
I'm sorry, but that's a key
Oh,
trigger.
that's what Redan would do. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what Redan would do. Give
He's
me
trying to talk
that
his way out of it.
roll.
Oh, please knock him out. Knock him the fuck out.
Well, 54 didn't do it the other night.
Ooh.
Oh.
That is enough to break his AC, and you nail him. And his reflexes are incredible. The arms come up the moment you come down, and you hit him, and his talons dig a trench after he is pushed back from your hit. And you can see the scales on his arms separate and some blood ooze out. And as it hits the ground, flowers sprout up from the cobblestones. He says, oh, tingly. So I guess we're doing this now. And he pulls out a big sword. And we're going to pick this up next week.
No, that was
I feel
inevitable. I was waiting.
horrible.
No,
I
I
feel
was
so
waiting.
bad.
It was, it was in the image. It was in my head was a literal Damocles sword in the shape of Redan on a broom.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. It's
swinging
just
on
like-
a thread, just waiting to drop.
Anything I do will cause Redan to enter this fight.
Yeah, there's no way out of this. Oh.
Yeah, well, that's just sort of how it goes when you're hanging out with Redan. We hope you all enjoyed that episode. Be sure to join us next week to see what happens. In the meantime, do we have any closing announcements? Yeah.
Absolutely. Same announcements as the openings, but let's do it again. Second verse, same as the first. We are doing our run for Gen Con. You can donate to that. We're still accepting donations for Extra Life. Now, if you donate in the higher tier of those, you do get a chance to win a game with me. And if you want to play a game with me, you can donate to our Patreon. We got 3 tiers on there. You get access to all of our cool extra content in any of the tiers. And you get some cool bonuses in the lower tiers. You get access to our Minecraft server, where we built a replica of the keep, and with all kinds of cool bells and whistles. You get that in the second tier. And in the top tier, you get a game once a month with me, and Guy is usually there too, because he's got the most flexible schedule. Beyond that, you can check out our merch store through Redbubble, where we got a couple things on there. We're going to launch some more stuff. I mean, we had some thirsty Lilith art come up yesterday, which I think is just begging to go on her shirt. And I think that's it for the announcements. But I like to close out this show by saying that I am a very lucky dungeon master, in that I get to play with these incredible people who are all content creators in their own right. And I like to take this moment at the end of the show to let them talk about the things that they are currently creating. Go!
Oh,
Not all at once.
okay. Tomorrow night, Deadlands, here live and in person. Jet and some others will be there tomorrow night, and tomorrow is kind of special because they're found themselves at the gates of Fort 51. So we're going to see exactly what they find in there, like everybody doesn't know. And then on Thursday over on Dirty 20 Gaming, I run Iron Sworn for me and 3 of my other friends. And that is a co-op game where nobody is in charge. We had one person in chat they said they showed up expecting 4 drivers trying to drive 1 car, and what they found was 4 people rowing 1 boat. So I thought that was a pretty decent compliment. So I will take that all day. So that's what we do on Thursdays. And then there's all kinds of special events and stuff coming up too. So keep ears and eyes out.
Absolutely.
I'll jump in. I make YouTube videos with my partner Ryan over at youtube.com/rollforinitiative about tabletop RPGs, board games, other geeky stuff. Most recent video is a review of dyslexic character sheets. So great character sheets for people who are dyslexic or non-dyslexic people as well.
That speaks to me on a fundamental level.
Oh, well, I do work with our YouTube stuff along with Sarah and John. So go check us out on YouTube if you want to see our past episodes. We have so many now, along with some fantastic one-shots. A side note, I will also probably be doing a lot of streams, probably with a lot of the people you know here in this coming week with current events. Everybody's got a little more time on their hands, so we'll probably be streaming some gameplay. Who knows? So keep an eye out here. Keep an eye out on Nerd Narrative channel for Sarah and on Noctum Sky on Twitch as well.
Yeah. Also, like Payday 2 was $1, so we got to rob a bank.
Apparently.
We got to do a heist. All right. Anybody? Any other new business? All right.
I don't think so.
If there is no other new business, thank you so much for watching. Check out all our other shows. We do shows every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday on the channel with special shows happening in various things that we put in down their part. We're also going to be doing Table Flip on the 29th in the afternoon with Felix from Fool's Gold Campaign. And Guy, you had another thing.
I do have one more thing. Thank you, Puck, for yet another amazing episode in a row. I mean, 2 a week, and they're endless. Thank you.
No problem. I hope you make very close friends with your new friend.
He's no
Who's
Carl,
he talking about? Okay. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you want to keep track of us, you can keep track of us on Twitter, in our Discord, where you can even talk to us directly, where we got all kinds of stuff going on, and I occasionally just rant about stuff in my day. And other people talk about projects they're doing. We share art and talk about the story. It's all a lot of fun. So you can join us in there. And I believe that's it for today. So, students, until next time, class dismissed.
D&D, don't fumble as you tumble or you'll barf. RPG, diddly-dee, we'll sing this song all night. If damn I human drinking's wrong, I don't want to be right. Fortitude. Save.